The next play is 3 A.M. Wake Up Call by E.R. Schultz, starring Tarun as Bill, Sahas as Bob, and Kaushik as Officer Peabody. After being awoken by a frantic phone call, Bob meets Bill in an empty parking lot at 3 in the morning on a cold night. As more of the details of Bill's night are revealed, Bob begins to realize that the situation is far more complex than he could have possibly imagined. The stakes just keep on rising as a perfect storm of craziness overcomes the entire situation. Thank you and enjoy the show.
I had a confusing evening.
What was confusing, Bob?
A whole mess of stuff. Very confusing indeed.
Confusing like how?
Confusing like a Rubik's Cube in a Sudoku puzzle.
Okay, I have no idea what that means. What's wrong, Bill?
Anything, everything, all of it. I don't know, Bob. I just don't know.
Okay, my patience level is ridiculously low right now. Just tell me, why did you call me and wake me up at 3 in the morning?
I don't know, Bob. Why do you think?
Well, it's 3 a.m. in the morning, you called me to an empty parking lot, assume that you're planning to murder me.
Seriously, Bob? Are you thinking I'm going to murder you?
Of course not, I'm just making a joke to break the tension.
Okay, great. That's great. Excellent. Great. Good. Great.
Okay, now I'm actually starting to think that you're going to murder me.
Bob, don't be silly. I'm not going to murder you.
Then why am I here?
That's an interesting question. And the answer is equally interesting. By virtue of being interesting, it's very hard to explain.
It's 3 a.m. in the morning, Bill. Spit it out.
Okay. Well, wow. Okay. So you know how in the evenings on the street corners there's often stationed a group of, you would have to call them performance artists?
Bill,
Yes.
I'm talking about prostitutes.
That's hardly the silver thing. I think they prefer to be called as nighttime entrepreneurs or expensive evening friends or professional huggers.
What are you talking about? Ma'am, in this place is called parking lot at 3 a.m.
Okay, let me approach you in a different direction. Well, you know the movie Dumbo, where the guy drives down the road, minding his own business until he takes his eyes off the road for a second or two, and as a result, accidentally hit one of those nighttime performers. With his jaws, gets frightened and throws the body into the trunk.
What? What the hell?
Oh, it's not the movie Dumbo.
It's not Dumbo, you lunatic. Dumbo is a cut show about an elephant which has gears, which learns to fly, and it is rated G for Christ's sake.
You know what, Bob? I mixed up my movies.
So you are trying to tell me that you are a prostitute and stuck the body in your trunk?
I hardly recollect admitting to that.
So you are saying that if I were to walk over your press right now, I will trunk, I wouldn't find a dead prostitute?
Bob, you can hardly expect me to just off the top of my head be accountable for all the clutter in my car.
Bill!
What?
A dead prostitute is not a matter. A dead prostitute is a dead goddamn prostitute.
Sorry, Bob. It was just an accident. I took my eyes off the road and that's all.
That's all? Do you have any idea what kind of trouble you are in?
Okay, Bob. Now you are being a melodramatic.
Oh my god. I can't believe this is happening. I am standing in a freezing cold parking lot at 3 a.m. with my friend who just called me down to discuss the prostitute murder. Oh my god. You come here anyway. You are a murderer. You are trying to murder, aren't you?
Bob, this is not the time to freak out.
This is exactly time to freak out, Bill. It's 3 a.m. in the morning. I'm scared. I'm tired. I'm freezing.
I suppose it's rather chilly.
Not chilly. It's the middle of December. I'm feeling like I've been at the last half an hour of Titanic.
Oh, who is Kate and who is Leo?
What?
I mean, which one of us is Kate and which one of us is Leo? At first thought I would want to be Leo, but he dies. So I don't know. Who do you think I am?
You want to know who you are? A guy with a dead prostitute in his trunk.
Okay, Bob. Are you going to hold this over my head for the rest of the time?
No, not for the rest of the time. Just until justice system shows up and does it for you.
Bob, you are freaking me out a little bit.
I should hope so. You killed someone, Bill. You have to go to the police.
Don't be silly, Bob.
That's not silly. It's what you have to do. Okay. Listen to me. You have to take your place and your prostitute down to the police station and let yourself in.
That would be a bit of an overreaction, don't you think?
Okay, you know what? If you're not going to turn yourself in, then I'm just trying to go down to the police station and do it for you.
If I were you, I wouldn't do that.
And why is that?
It's a long story. You won't like it.
Start giving up liking on your stories after the one you told me about prostitute you murdered. Just tell me.
Okay. So you know how yesterday I was invited for golfing next weekend, but I did not have any golf club. So very kindly you lend me yours. So after I ran over the exotic saleswoman,
Prostitute, please just call her prostitute.
okay. So I got down of my car to check what was up, and her bodyguard slash employer approached towards me.
Her pimp? You were approached by her pimp?
That's one way of putting it, but I personally think employer slash bodyguard is a polite moniker. Anyways, so he was very unhappy. He was yelling and shouting, and there was this great big wind shooting out of his forehead. He was threatening me. I got frightened. I slipped one of your gloves, grabbed one of your golf clubs, and hit him over the head.
You did what?
His great big vein was shooting out of his forehead.
So you hit him over his head with my golf club?
That vein was very off-putting, Bob.
Well, did you kill him too?
I hit him extremely hard.
That didn't answer my question.
Oh, Bob, he's in the trunk. Why don't you ask him yourself? Let's be fair enough here. I think the prostitute is definitely dead, but the pimp, at the most, probably dead.
I can't believe this. I can't believe that you got a good pimp and a prostitute in the trunk of your PS.
I know, right? The guy at the dealership told me that this car has storage capacity, but I did not believe him until tonight.
That's not the point, man.
What is your point, Bob?
My point is that you have to take your price of debt down to the police station and tell yourself in. Okay. Why did you come gloves?
What is that now?
Before you hit me with my girlfriend, you said you should come gloves.
Those were your girlfriends, so they did not have any of my fingerprints.
What?
Come on, Bobby, someone found a bloody girl club with my fingerprints all over it. Don't you know how bad that would look?
Those are my girlfriends. They have my fingerprints all over them.
That's why I call you here, Bob. We are in this together.
They are not in this together.
We are, Bob.
They're not.
We are.
They're not.
We are, Bob.
Oh God, we are.
Welcome aboard.
Oh my God, my fingerprints are all over the golf club.
They are indeed.
I'm your accomplice.
I think you more of a sidekick, but accomplice works.
What do we do? What do I do?
How am I supposed to know? That's why I called you here.
That's got some kind of precedent or some kind of guide.
Like a handbook?
Everything.
I don't think they make handbooks for these kind of situations.
This is just terrible.
Okay, Bob, it's not that bad.
Excuse me.
What do you know? Oh, I think so.
It's cops. He's a police officer. I call him my process. What do you do?
That does appear to be the situation.
Excuse me. What are you gentlemen doing out here at such a late hour? Well, I just got dropped. It's a police officer. What do you do? What do you do?
I still have your girlfriend. I'm kidding. Let me take this. I'll handle this. Don't worry.
I should.
I'll take this.
That's good. For the second time, sir, what are you two doing out here at such a late hour?
Let me tell you what we are not doing. Sir, I'm just talking about the dead prostitute I've got in my trunk.
Ben! I'm going to